The thermonuclear bomb, also called hydrogen bomb or H-bomb, is a weapon whose enormous explosive power results from an uncontrolled self-sustaining chain reaction in which isotopes of hydrogen combine under extremely high temperatures to form helium in a process known as nuclear fusion. The high temperatures that are required for the reaction are produced by the detonation of an atomic bomb. In a thermonuclear bomb, the explosive process begins with the detonation of what is called the primary stage. This consists of a relatively small quantity of conventional explosives, the detonation of which brings together enough fissionable uranium to create a fission chain reaction which in turn produces another explosion and a temperature of several million degrees. A thermonuclear explosion produces blasts, light, heat and varying amounts of fallout. The concussive force of the blast itself takes the form of a shock wave that radiates from the point of the explosion at supersonic speeds and that can completely destroy any building within a radius of several miles. The intense white light of the explosion can cause permanent blindness to people gazing at it from a distance of dozens of miles. The explosion's intense light and heat set wood and other combustible materials afire at a range of many miles, creating huge fires that may coalesce into a firestorm. The radioactive fallout contaminates air, water, and soil and may continue years after the explosion, and its distribution is virtually worldwide. Thermonuclear bombs can be hundreds or even thousands of times more powerful than atomic bombs. The explosive yield of atomic bombs is measured in kilotons, each unit of which equals the explosive force of 1,000 tons of TNT. The explosive power of hydrogen bombs, by contrast, is frequently expressed in megatons, each unit of which equals the explosive force of 1 million tons of TNT. Hydrogen bombs of more than 50 megatons have been detonated, but the explosive power of the weapons mounted on strategic missiles usually ranges from 100 kilotons to 1.5 megatons. Thermonuclear bombs can be made small enough, that is a few feet long, to fit in the warheads of intercontinental ballistic missiles. These missiles can travel almost halfway across the globe in 20 or 25 minutes and have computerized guidance systems so accurate that they can land within a few hundred yards of a designated target. The self-propelled anti-aircraft missiles of land and sea basin is a special warfare equipment used by the military to counter any surfacing threat or missiles from the enemy border, which is in form of a usually armored vehicle. Anti-aircraft warfare, counter-air or air defense is the battle space response to aerial warfare, defined by NATO as all measures designed to nullify or reduce the effectiveness of hostile air action. It includes surface-based, subsurface, submarine, launched, and air-based weapon systems, associated sensor systems, command and control arrangements, and passive measures, e.g. barrage balloons. It may be used to protect naval, ground, and air forces in any location. However, for most countries, the main effort has tended to be homeland defense. NATO refers to airborne air defense, counter-air, and naval air defense as anti-aircraft warfare. Missile defense is an extension of air defense, as are initiatives to adapt air defense to the task of intercepting any projectile in flight. There is also the modern Russian anti-aircraft missiles, against the moving clouds used for demolition of energy warheads or missiles. The essence of air defense is to detect hostile aircraft and destroy them. The critical issue is to hit a target moving in three-dimensional space. An attack must not only match these three coordinates but must do so at the same time the target is at that position. This means that projectiles either have to be guided to hit the target or aimed at the predicted position of the target at the time the projectile reaches it, taking into account speed and direction of both the target and the projectile. An autonomous guided long-range missile launcher with three-letter rocket system. The anti-aircraft missiles are guided missiles designed to destroy or damage aircraft. These include air-to-air missile, a missile fired from an aircraft for the purpose of destroying another aircraft; subsurface to air missile, a missile usually launched from below water; surface to air missile, a missile designed to be launched from the ground to destroy aircraft or other missiles. Here is a mobile unit autonomous missile ready for deployment to initiate a surge of attack from an opposing enemy. It is one instituting influx aggressiveness and harmful chemical bad conditions on its victims. There is also the unit of the armored vehicle equipped for the air defense system. The American tank Sherman was the most widely used medium tank by the United States and Western Allies in World War II. The M4 Sherman proved to be reliable, relatively cheap to produce, and available in great numbers. It was also the basis of several other armored fighting vehicles, including self-propelled artillery, tank destroyers, and armored recovery vehicles. Tens of thousands were distributed through the Lend-Lease program to the British, Commonwealth, and Soviet Union. Tens of thousands were distributed through the Lend-Lease program to the British Commonwealth and Soviet Union. The tank was named by the British after the American Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman. This amazing tanker was designed and manufactured by the American locomotive company Baldwin Locomotive Works. This armored Sherman tank has been deployed in several international disputes such as the World War II, the Indonesian National Revolution, the Greek Civil War, the First Indo-China War, the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the Korean War, the Cuban Revolution, and many more unlisted battles. The Hawk missile weaponry, commonly referred to as Hawk, is an American medium-ranged surface-to-air missile. It was designed to be a much more mobile counterpart to the MIM-14 Nike Hercules, trading off range and altitude capability for a much smaller size and weight. Its low-level performance was greatly improved overnight through the adoption of new radars and a continuous wave semi-active radar homing guidance system. It entered service with the US Army in 1959. In 1979, it underwent a major improvements program as the Improved Hawk or iHawk, which made several improvements to the missile and replaced all of the radar system with new models. Improvements continued throughout the next 20 years, adding improved ECCM, a potential home on jam feature, and in 1995, a new warhead that made it capable against short-range tactical missiles. The Hawk system consists of a large number of component elements. These elements were typically fitted on wheeled trailers, making the system semi-mobile. During the system's 40-year lifespan, these components were continually upgraded. The Hawk missile is transported and launched from the M192 towed triple missile launcher. A self-propelled Hawk launcher, the SP Hawk, was fielded in 1969, which simply mounted the launcher on a tracked M727, that is modified M548. However, the project was dropped and all activity terminated in August 1971. The missile is propelled by a dual thrust motor with a boost phase and a sustain phase. What other military warheads do you think could make this list of nuclear weapons and military armory? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.